Biblical Conversations in the house. My name is Gioshe Mbugua and this is Truth or Trash. Yet this is another episode and thank you for joining in. Thank you for the feedback that you have been giving us from our previous episodes through our social media handles at Gioshe Mbugua Facebook, at Gioshe Mbugua Twitter. And we are able to actually do something nice from our episodes. And thank you for those who gave us their comments on personality temperaments. It was wonderful, and I know you know which temperament you fall under. And if there is any question, just put it at our comment section, ama pale at social media. That is Facebook and Twitter at Gioshe Mbugua. And today, the biggest question we are asking: how evil is money? I mean, how evil is money? And people always quote 1 Timothy 6 verses number 10, explaining and saying, yo, pesa ni kitu mbovu sana. But all of us can't survive without money. And today we are looking at a very wonderful topic, how evil is money. Maybe we begin by a joke, or let me say a joke that was given by comedian YY about tithing.
Umeisota mpaka ukilipwa mshahara end month unaanza kubagain na Mungu kwa tithe. Niachie tu hii mmoja. Hata umeona hapa nikilipa nyumba kuna kitu natengeneza.
Is there evil money? What makes money evil? That is, if money is evil, what makes money evil? And if it's not evil, why deny some opportunities for some people to bring money in the church? And this is a huge discussion that is in the country right now as we are doing our campaignings, and it's a political season. And most people are saying you don't receive money from politicians. I mean, how evil is money? How evil is it being a politician in this country? These are some of the utterances that were given by some of the church leaders on their position on politician and their money.
Viongozi wa makanisa kama wachungaji hatuna kipimo cha kupima sadaka haramu na sadaka halisi, na hatushangai wanasiasa wanapoongea hivyo. Kwetu ni kwamba mtu anapokuja na sadaka kanisani, kazi yetu ni kuiombea. Hiyo ni dhabihu, sio pesa tena.
Yes, now on studio today we have a guest who will be helping us break down this topic, how evil is money. Karibu sana Ben.
Thank you so much.
Just Jimwai, introduce yourself and just tell the viewers who you are and what you do for a life.
Good, my name is Benjamin Mbugua. I'm really glad to be here. On the side, I work with financial institutions. I'm an analyst, basically dealing with mostly debts and things to do with loans, basically. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And I believe, how does it feel being in Truth or Trash?
I've watched the previous episodes and it's a really nice experience to be here. I think it's one of the platforms you get to come and discuss the truth about money, and where we discuss not only about money but the last time I think we were discussing about temperaments. Yes. And I think it's clear, we're speaking about things that most people don't speak about normally. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a nice experience.
Wow, that's beautiful. Now, to our topic, how evil is money? Is money even evil? Truth it, trash it, money is evil.
First of all, most of the times we find people saying that the money that is evil are the people who don't have the money. But you have the money. If you have the money, most people don't talk about it as an evil thing.
Okay. So masafara ndo wanasema pesa.
Most of the people who say that money is evil are the one who don't have it. Mm-hmm. And that's why you saw a guy like Ahmed Nasir saying that don't even try and brag about being humble, mm-hmm. until you have an opportunity to be proud. Eh? Don't mm-hmm. brag about morality, mm-hmm. until you have a chance to be moral. And I think when you speak about the evil things to do with money, most of the people who speak about money being evil mm-hmm. are the people who don't have it. Okay. But that aside, what the Bible talks about doesn't talk about money as being evil. Mm-hmm. It talks about the love of money. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a conversation we can have mm-hmm. and look at what is the love of money and where is the difference. What time do you say that money is evil? Mm-hmm. What time do you say that it's the love of money? And trying to draw the line between the two mm-hmm. is, I think, the conversation that we need to be having rather than say that money is evil. Yeah.
So on the basis of truth or trash, money is evil. What are you saying? Is it a truth or is it a trash?
For me, that's a trash. Okay. Money is not evil. Everyone mm-hmm. is looking for this money. Mm-hmm. Had we not have money, or didn't we have money, I don't think we'd be having everything that we're having right now. Okay. It's a tool of trade mm-hmm. and it's not evil. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is 1 Timothy 6 verses 10. It says, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many, many griefs. Now, since we have said that money is not evil, what as we played earlier, the position of the church, especially on politicians and campaign money, what makes their money evil? Why should we say pesa yao tutachukua?
First of all, I agree with most of the people in churches that are saying no to the politician money.
Okay.
Because one of the thing, I don't think it's a give. They're just giving money right now. Because if they were to give money, would have seen them give money from the first year, second year. But right now, when they are giving money, they believe that once they give money, they are able to be seen by a lot of other people. And when they are seen by other people, for them it's a job. They are just doing politics. So not one should come here and tell us that the politicians are giving money because they're giving it to the church. There are lots of other platforms that politicians can do. Actually, the Bible talks about giving, and where it says that what you do with your other hand, the other hand should not be knowing. But when you see politicians wanting to give money, they want to give money in front of each and every camera around this universe so that they can be seen. For me, that one is it's a PR thing.
Okay. Now, working in the finance sector, and probably you have come across many people and many sources of finance. Then if the love of money, can we say there is a source, ukitoa do place fulani, hii inafanya hii pesa ikue mbovu na ikue questionable? Will we be correct saying that?
Yeah, we would.
Okay.
There is money that is questionable.
Okay.
Na I think hiyo ndo kitu moja unafaa kuangalia right now, that there are many people, and that is where you say that actually money now starts owning you when you are the money, you're not the one using the money is now using you.
Okay.
And when the money starts using you, in any place where you're getting the money and the money is using you, honestly, hiyo ni platform ya kupata do. So it's true. There are good platforms to get money. There are actually bad platforms to get money. Na kenye define kama hiyo do inaku-own ama una own hiyo do.
Okay, so if kuna platform hivyo ya kupata do, naweza cleanse do. As in kuna ile notion ya mi do najua hii do si clean, lakini najua nikitoa tithe hii do iko fit, iko cleansed. Can I cleanse money?
No, I actually think kama kuna kitu moja Christ alikuwa so much against ni hiyo story ya hypocrisy. Hiyo kama unaweza angalia ile story ya Farisi alikuja kutoa tithe yake, alikuja kujigamba akidai as in I do this, I return my tithe. For me, wasi wengi wenye wanatoaga hizo do za ku-cleanse ni kitu inaitwa compensation. Someone is trying to compensate. They know, they are conscious. Unajua sasa kuna vitu mob unaweza danganya but huwezi danganya. So conscious yako every time inaku remind, hey, do ni chafu. So ndo mse a compensate for that. That is why most of them huenda kutoa tithe. Na ukitoa tithe ya do chafu, haimaanishi ati imekuwa safi. It's still dirty. Ni vile tu it's a platform wasa wanatumia overcompensate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na kuna ile notion ya kama Christ anaosha dhambi zote, si basi naweza kuja na do chafu iombewe na ikue cleansed.
Compare dhambi na do, hapo ndo tumeanza kwenda hivi because do na dhambi ni vitu mbili different. Dhambi Christ alihave kulipa na damu, alafu nakuja kusema do hawezi cleanse hiyo do. Hiyo do bado conscious yako itakwambia kama kuna mse ulimada ndo upate hiyo do, bado even after giving the tithe. Bado hiyo damu ya mse iko.
Okay.
Bado tu iko.
So do chafu ni chafu. Hiyo source ya kupata do chafu, it's no way to cleanse it.
Hakuna.
Okay.
And I think the best thing, I think the best advice I've ever had from one televangelist alikuwa anadai ndo most of the Christians wasikuwa kijipata in positions where they have to depend on that money wa work hard. Ukiwork hard, even when you start in your own church, or I don't comment on churches mostly, but as a Christian, when you now dependent on other people's money, unakuwa caught in between ku accept do chafu ama do poa.
Okay.
But ukiwa na source yako ya do, hakuna msanii za kushow ati hii do ni chafu. Nachukua.
Now there are two issues zenye zimekuwa zikiarise with the current environment. Number one is money the real measure of wealth, and this is drawn from the Old Testament. Nakumbuka tukiongea ulikuwa unaniambia most of the times ukiangalia Old Testament ilikuwa ni kama for you to be rich tulikuwa tunaangalia wealth yako. When we introducing Abraham in the Bible, you're told how much he was worth. Job, how much he was worth. Is money a clear indication of how much one is rich? The wealth that one has. I mean, niko na do mingi. I mean, this makes me rich.
No, actually, there's a whole lot of difference between money and wealth. Na hizo ni vitu zenye I don't think unafaa kuziweka in the same category.
Okay.
Because people who have money don't necessarily have wealth.
Okay.
And people who have wealth don't necessarily have money. Because today, if you just look at the for example, right now, cost of living. Cost of living imefika point yenye mse akona do, chances is kuna vitu ata afford na kuna vitu hawezi afford.
Okay.
And this is the real thing. You know, as Africans, for me, I consider a person who is wealthy, not a person who is able to buy a lot. Is a person who is able to produce a lot. Because sisi wenye tumetoka ushago, ukituuliza ati ni bei ya nini imepanda, hatujui hata bei ya mahindi imepanda. Because sisi tunaendaga Kisiagi, unatoa doza, unatoa mahindi yenye ulilima hapo na unapeleka. For me, huyo ni msee mwenye ako wealthy.
Okay.
That hakuna siku nini fulani ikifungwa like a factory ya unga ikifungwa inamu affect. But msee wealthy ni msee mwenye hata ikifungwa he's able to produce his own. So I think that is one dimension, but in terms of wealth na do, no, huwezi compare hizo vitu mbili. Kuna wase wako na do na stress wako nayo baba.
Maybe this begs the question, kwani what is money? Pesa ni nini?
Pesa ni tool of trade bana. Pesa ni tool of trade. Ila watu wanasema money cannot buy happiness. Hiyo ndo iko.
So what's the advantage ya mimi kukuwa na do mingi? As in niko na do mingi kwa bank. What's the advantage?
Yeah, kukuwa na okay, once if you na do mob, that simply meaning that you have a say in a lot of things. But then it begs the question, what are you doing with your money?
Okay.
What are you doing with your money? Kenye unafanya na do yako, is it giving you satisfaction? For example, unaweza kuwa na do but watu wako hawezi enjoy hiyo do. Watu wako wanaishi wako na stress. Watu wenye wanasemaga, hey, babangu ako na pesa, but they are not able to enjoy the money. Okay. So actually, that is now what defines wealth and money.
Okay, there is this famous saying ya wewe unataka kulilia kwa Prado ukiwa na pesa mingi ama
kucheka ni kucheka kwa bodaboda.
Kucheka kwa bodaboda ama ulilia kwa Prado.
You and I think ile story ya temperament sasa hiyo ni inakuwa option na msee, because kuna msee usema no, me I think if I cry nikililia kwa bodaboda ama nikicheka kwa bodaboda, yani you it makes sense, but kuna wase different people I think have different perspective. But as for me, nataka tu kwa place yenye nasema kama unajua part yenye proverbs inasemaga God, there are two things I ask of, never give me so much and usinipe poverty, usinipe richness, nipe tu daily bread. If I can get my daily bread every day, I think that's more wealth than anyone who does. That if I want to buy this, I won't struggle. If I want to buy this, I won't struggle. But I don't want to have a lot of money yenye inakutempt to do a lot of other things.
Okay. Now basically when you are speaking about wealth and creation, ndio church manzi tusipate tuko so dependent na money that is gotten in a wrong way. Is it even okay for a church to invest? Ama tunasema tu church in terms of money making, where church to stick kwa kuspread injili, mambo ingine wacheni, you are not good investing. I mean, should the church invest?
Unajua now, especially in the 21st century right now, churches are investing. See, ati hizi unauliza kama churches should invest. Churches are investing. Okay. And not only today, but even kitambo. Ulikuwa unajua PCA iko hapa, utaona PCA school, PCA hospital. Okay. Utaona a lot of amenities being offered by the church. And for me, that is a platform every church should take. That you should be able to solve a society issue where you have a church. Okay. It makes more sense when you, for example, I like the way Catholics or hizo kanisa za kwanza zilikuwa zinafanya. They would solve a societal issue before they even, so it becomes easy to evangelize when you have the money that you've invested. Kwa sababu sasa, for example, it's very easy for us to go and give food to people and then evangelize, rather than evangelize and tuacha wase tu vile wako. Unajua hasa hata understand which type of Christ are we preaching if we are not able to kushughulikia their immediate needs, which is probably health, which is probably education, or any other immediate need like food.
Okay, won't it come to a time yenye church imekuwa imeingia sana into investing? Maybe that one will be one of the issues zenye inaweza arise. Mmetoka from evangelizing for too much into money.
No, I don't think, because if you look at some of the churches that have stood the test of time, are the ones that took that path. I wouldn't call it investing. I would call it giving back to the society. Because
Okay.
when you open a hospital that runs on its own, simply means that one time, for example, I think hii ni kitu imetokea most of the times that unapataga most of the times preachers wata preach gospel yenye ina fascinate wase rather than kuambia wase ukweli wata preach gospel ina fascinate wase ndo wapate do. But you see, when a church has invested, when a church is able to get money from institution it has built around it, hawezi compromise mchungaji umwambia sasa nataka uhubiri kuhusu hii ama uhubiri kuhusu hii. Mchungaji atahubiri kenye roho inamwambia. Kama leo amekuja amesema kuna watu anaambia mnafanya dhambi, there goes it, and that is what he will do the entire sermon. But now when you have churches that are totally dependent on funds from people,
Yeah.
inakuwa hard.
Kuna blackmail.
Mchungaji
ujaribu useme hiyo kitu.
ati usiseme ati nini fornication ni mbaya. Mbona unasema fornication ni mbaya na msana anatoa tithe ndo the craziest fornicator.
Okay. It's the issue of money in the church ama amongst the believers. Most of the times wakati kuna loans inapeana ama their money matters, should I trust my fellow believer ama it's good to be safe to have every legal step taken care of. Kama ni gari nakuzia, let me have a legal way of doing it. Ama should I trust weni brother yangu money matters, so kama ni gari tunauziana na uko na balance imebaki, let me just trust you. Where you are born again. I mean, is there any reason to why I should make sure every legal document ama every legal procedure is followed when I'm transacting with my fellow believer? Is there any reason?
There is 101 reasons. I remember one of the group we had formed somewhere with Christians. The leader list, sema siku moja heri kukua leader wa non-believers. Kuzuko kuna logic na sense. At times, and this is sorry, at times when una meet na most of the Christians, they don't want to use the logic bit. That is why utaambiana na msee ama for example umekopesha msee a lot of money, but umemkopesha na ile idea this one is a Christian and I believe that you cannot send me money. You will return the money.
Yeah.
But when you get to the time ya kulipa, wanasema kukopa ni sherehe, kulipa ni matanga. Essentially. So when you're doing business, not only a Christian, but anyone, for me, I would suggest have proper documentation in place. Okay. You're not thinking, because even ukiangalia story of Paul was trying to tell the Christians, I hear some of you, your cases are being solved by non-believers. And he's trying to tell them, solve these cases among yourselves. But then why we've gotten as a church today, most of the people will tell you a church is a place where people wanakuja kujirekebisha. And there's a lot of temptation. I love my pastor. My pastor, every time he preaches and he says, chunga virago vyako. There are people who have come in this church, wamekuja kuabudu, and there are people who have come here for work.
Ni rehabilitation.
Watu ni rehabilitation center. Na kuna msee anaweza lipuka tu siku moja na arudi back to the addiction yenye alikuwa nayo kwanza. So the first thing, if someone is selling you a car, whether a Christian or not even a car, if you're going to do an investment with Christians, or just not even, let's not even say Christians, anyone in your circle, I prefer and I would suggest have proper documentation in place. If there is something you're selling, write it down, let it be stamped, let it have a document that you'll use to follow up. Squeeze it a relationships wanaandikiana contract. So I don't know why you should be buying property without a contract.
So probably the question will be, kwani you trust na mimi? Si tunaenda church moja. Kwani ni trust?
Na kutrust, that's when unaandika agreement. Where I totally trust you, na najua hii do nikikupe utarudisha.
Okay.
But cause nataka hii ubeshte yetu endelee. So unasikia siku hizi ukikopesha msee do, be ready to lose the money of the friendship.
Okay.
So one of it has to go. So especially when it comes to Christianity, in as much as tunaongea to sisi ni fire speaking, at least make sure you have an agreement.
Okay. Which is the best investment opportunity that you can tell someone to take? I mean, there's a bet. There is also betting. Ila ninaekele na muhindi ananikula pesa kadhaa na mimi nasema siku moja nitamtoanga, ama kuna ile natuma 100 shillings and I win 300,000 shillings. Which is the best investment opportunity you will tell someone to?
I think one of the best investment opportunity in ile, there's a saying in Greek that says adoneo bia. I think that's the first investment that every person should make. Okay. That you should make sure that you have people around you. There's a parable that people really, wanaisemaga out of hand. Ile the parable of the shrewd master. Okay. Watu wengi ujaribu kuikut out of, wanasema danganya your employer. But what Christ was trying to teach us is people of the world are building relationships with their people. But Wakristo, hey utengano yenye iko. So the first thing is, the first basic investment, the best investment you can make is an investment with people. The people around you are an investment. You unaangalia tu watu wenye una associate now, the people you associate with, are they an investment to you? Because most of this, like if you told me to tell you the best investment and tell you real estate today, real estate also goes down. Real estate crumbles at times. If I tell you to do shares at times trade at a negative or at a loss. There's no investment that is proof of loss. But one of the best investments you can make is an investment with people. Build solid relationships with people.
Okay. Now, on your final word, just speak to someone who is so frustrated in terms of money, finances. Na already manze kufanya kitu yote, however bad it is, just to make sure they have money and they will cleanse the money in church.
One of the things I would say, there's a rush. There's a rush, especially in our society, to get money. The rush is good. It's good to work hard. Even Christ himself says, guys, work hard. And he actually says, mtu mwenye hafanyi kazi, hafai kukula. Yeah. So actually he says that. But then there's a rush that comes with money. And there's a lot of fake promises with money. And no man, I think I was telling you, I think most of the people actually give in church and then go home and wait to be given. There's a real your jungle. Someone is jungling between giving, how much can I give, and how much can I get. And it's so sad that the society today, we were brought up with such mentalities that give and you will receive. So you'll find at times you give, you're not receiving, you become frustrated. Wengine watu wanaacha kushangaa Mungu anakaaje. I gave a seed for my mother to be healed and akuheal. So there's a lot of rush on people trying to multiply their money. And that is why kuna stories are wash. There are even people being killed. Every day, there are people being killed because of business deals that went wrong. There are guys, I think one of the most popular places is a place like Kilimani, where young people, wase wanakufa daily, because wase wali rush kuingia kwa vitu zenye they are not really aware of. Okay. Of course, wanasemaga easy come, easy go. Yeah? And there are old people who have been there looking for this money. They are going to, as for us, I think one of the best things I think I've ever had is mentorship. Find people who can disciple you so that you stop giving thinking that you're going to receive 100%. So find mentors who can take you through that, because we have old people. Old people have already been where young people are. They can never go back there. But you as a young person, you're also going to be old one day, and you need the wisdom. 2, it's accountability. Money requires accountability.
Okay.
When you're accountable, when someone asks you for 200 shillings, you already know that you're worth 300 bob. So if you're giving 200 shillings, you know you're going to remain with 100 shillings. So accountability is key. And even when you look at the story of tithing, when Christ says, when God is in the Old Testament is asking for 10%, he's asking for 10% for you to start budgeting, because you can't know your 10% if you have not budgeted. If you don't have view of the full amount, you don't know what 10% is. So what Christ is asking, I'm asking for 10%. Hesabu 10% yako. Once it's aside, now you have the 90%. Accountable. Be accountable to it. That is how money comes, and how money can be spent. That's the best way.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Such an amazing episode, and I know you have learned something. Then I should ask, how evil is money? What is your view on money? And do you think you can cleanse money? This is what we are saying here, and we are bringing biblical conversations to life. Money is evil, it's a trash. What's your stand on that? This is TruthorTrash, and we are bringing biblical conversations to life until we meet next episode. See you then.